All right, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your girl Vibe with Juno. You already know we started the week off right. I upload every Monday, giving my unsolicited commentary on the latest TV shows and movies. This week, we're continuing with P-Valley Season 2, Episode 4. Warning, I am about to drop spoilers all through this video, so if you have not watched it, go ahead and leave, watch, tune in, and then come on back to hear the rest of my commentary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, engage with your girl. Let me know how you're feeling about this week's episode, the topics that I'm talking about, the characters that I'm speaking on. Let me know how y'all are feeling. All right, let's go ahead and jump right in. So, I just want y'all to go ahead and no longer refer to me as Juno, but go ahead and start calling me Miss Always Right, okay? Because let me tell y'all, I announced last week in my last week predictions for this episode that Andre was gonna announce that he's running for mayor of Chucalissa. And sure enough, he announced that he's running for mayor. He also finds out this episode a lot of little things, but the main thing that he finds out is that he has inherited the house of Mayor Griffin. So we see that Mayor Griffin's one of many baby mamas decides that she's upset at the fact that none of his kids actually received his house or his property, but Andre did. So that was kind of cool. He really loves him and he gifted him the house. The biggest bomb that was dropped to me in the whole episode, there was two. This is the first one. This is the first one. Andre's wife cheating on him. I did not suspect that at all. I did not get that vibe at all. Andre busted through that door like he was Debo, okay? He was ready to beat bro's butt. He was not playing no games with dude. The funniest thing of that whole scene was his wife having the nerve to ask him, Andre, where is your mask? Like, sis, you giving this whole man top, but you want to sit here and ask where this man's mask is. Make it make sense. That was the funniest part to me. I was like, no, she didn't just sit up there and ask where his mask is. It was that whole dynamic was very weird. It was almost as if she was kind of trying to justify her cheating in that moment. Like, now I'm sorry, oh my God, da 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 da. It was just more so like, yeah, we work together. What does that mean? Like, that was crazy. I was definitely not expecting that, but that was the first big bomb of the night to me, if not the biggest bomb, but that was definitely the first big one. We see the continuance of the civil unrest going on. They did a really good job of sprinkling it out in the first few episodes of the pandemic, all of the things that they're going through. I thought it was crazy seeing old girl from season one who was drunk in the club, the big bone girl who was getting a lap dance, throwing the money because she was getting divorced. This girl turns out to be the whole dag on health inspector, having the nerve to do and write up code violations for the paint. I was not expecting that, but I thought that that was a hilarious scenario, but also very true. It just showcased like how the businesses again had to adapt to COVID and keeping people 6 feet apart. How you gonna keep people 6 feet apart in a club, in a strip club at that? Like that to me was funny, but it was good to see that they brought her back for that scene and that she actually is like the health inspector or whatever. But we see that the tensions are rising. I'm mainly going to talk about the tensions just being because it's obvious that there was tension going on between the black community and the white community. Black people are being oppressed. We're tired of it. White people, some are joining in our fight. Some people are more apathetic, like, I don't understand why. But this episode really showcased that that tension was not just only between the black and white community, but really in our own community as well. We see that, black people is not a monolith, y'all. We do not all think the same at all. We see Uncle Tom, aka the road manager of Mississippi. He is a freaking Uncle Tom, okay? He was giving me Samuel L. Jackson Django vibes. That's the kind of guy he was giving me, talking about what did he do? He must have done something. If the cops are called, that means he did something. And we see that everyone else is very frustrated. They're definitely feeling the weight of the oppression that black people are always under, but it was just magnified during COVID, as we all know. Again, the writing is great. It's very much so on point. They're showcasing it's really interesting to see, everything that we went through 2 years later and just seeing it from like a wide lens on screen. Because living it, it was very heavy. It was very much so like in your face. It was very oppressive. We felt like we couldn't breathe. It was very much so a heavy weighted feeling. And just to see that replay on camera, I thought they did a really good job of showcasing that and how it really was. All right, so that was great. Um, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Wanda, aka Gail Bean. Y'all know I'm calling her Wanda because that's her character in Snowfall. That she'll forever be Wanda to me. So y'all are gonna get irritated, I know, but she's Wanda. So we see her get called out in the break room slash dressing room about giving that sloppy toppy in the club. And sis goes ham. She goes in. She beats the brakes off of that girl like she was in a cage fight, fighting for the MMA. Shorty was throwing them hands. So that was crazy. So we see Big Al pull her aside and he's like, girl, you can fight. You could be making money doing other things, which she could. It's sad that she, is going down this route of basically prostituting herself or selling sexual favors for money. But again, I feel like Stars and P-Valley and the writers are doing a really good job of showcasing the life of strip clubs and the lot different lives of strippers. Not every stripper does that, but there are some that do. And it just so happens that Wanda's character, Gail Bean or whatever, is one of those characters that is performing sexual favors in the club for money. And even as far as going outside of the club, performing sexual favors for money. She's getting it in. But I think the biggest theme in her scene tonight was that she was just very triggered. I think, in all actuality, the girl was speaking facts that she is performing head in the clubs. But the biggest thing is that we find out that her brother was killed. They allude to the fact that he was killed by police for a traffic stop. So I think being called out for what she's actually doing, which I don't think she really wants to do, but I think she likes making money and she feels that she can make more doing that, and seeing again the weightedness and heaviness of Black people being killed, brutalized, oppressed on a day to day basis, but also seeing it play out on a bigger stage of national TV and having her brother be one of the many that have been killed by at the hands of the police, it triggered her. And so I think the overall big outburst that we saw was brewing from all of that she's seeing. We see her listening to Mercedes' mom, trying to calm down protesters and things of that nature. And she's very, worked up. She's very emotional, as we all were. So again, they did a great job. We are seeing backstory of Wanda, which I love, and I'm here for that. We're starting to see the layers of all the characters come out, especially some of the new ones, mainly her. But I was glad to see that. So that was great. Let's talk about Murder and Teach, okay? Because last week I was not picking up on any sexual vibes from them. I just thought that they were like good friends. In my mind, I thought they was like childhood friends. I don't know. Maybe I just missed it. Maybe I just missed it. I don't know. But I did not pick up on any sexual vibes from them at all. But we see this episode, y'all, they go ahead and get it in. But he, Teach is very, again, he's very emotional. Like he's really struggling. I wouldn't even, yeah, he's emotional, but I would say like it's deeper than that. Like he's really struggling with adjusting to life on the outside. And then he's seeing all of the civil unrest and it's really upsetting him. On top of that, he gets into it with Gidget, which if you don't know, Gidget is a white girl. She, stripped last season and she's Mississippi, aka Keyshawn's best friend. And they get into it because she doesn't really understand full out what's going on and she's kind of insensitive to it, which, like I said, some white people understood or were trying to understand and learn. And then there were some white people who were just like, I'm gonna continue my life as normal. And I feel like Gitchit was kind of like, I'm gonna go ahead and continue my life as normal, which is why Keyshawn sent her home later on through the episode. But we see that he's upset, and Murder is comforting him, and he just so happens to comfort him by laying down that pipe. I don't necessarily feel that they are in love or that they love each other in that kind of way. I just think it's more of like what Jada say, an entanglement. It's just an entanglement, a little situationship that they got going on. The scene before they started to go at it, Teach says something like, you used to see me pee all the time inside. So it alludes to the fact that they were incarcerated together. I don't know, that's when they started fooling around, or if it was before, but it wasn't their first time doing that from my point of view. But you could tell it had been a minute since that had happened. But I really feel like it was more supposed to be a comforting mechanism than like a love making situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But here we got, so after that goes on, it's so typical. It is so typical of a nigga. Let me just tell you, here come Uncle Clifford butt. Okay. After Murder has popped up, pulled up, slid on him, texting, calling, everything else for months. And Clifford has just ignored, ignored, ignored. Here come Clifford. It's just like an ex. When you texting somebody, you trying to get a hold of somebody, you trying to pursue somebody, or they trying to pursue you, they doing this all this for like a number of months or whatever, however long, they can keep it up. And then it's like, once they start, or once you get a hint that like, oh, they finna start messing with somebody else, or you feel like they starting to mess somebody else, here they come. Hey, I was just wondering how you doing during the pandemic, how you holding up. It's getting crazy out there, right? It's like, Clifford, go sit down. Because you was not checking for him when he was pulling up, talking to your grandma, doing all this other stuff. You was not here for none of that. But now all of a sudden, I feel like you getting a little hint that he might have been doing something with somebody else. And then here you go wanting to come on back. I thought that was hilarious. Because let me just tell you, I feel like during the pandemic, and don't y'all lie, don't y'all go ahead and lie, everybody was probably reaching out to everybody. Everybody was reaching out to everybody. Everybody wanted to feel some sort of comfort or closeness to an ex or just anybody, because everybody was isolated with so much going on. So here comes Uncle Clifford sliding on back when he could have been talking to him the whole time, and they could have just worked it out with a conversation. Here he comes. So I thought that was hilarious. That was like the funniest thing besides Andre's wife and her mask. Thomas. That was the funniest thing. Oh my god, I cannot let that go. Mask off, fucking mask off, let me chill. Let me chill. But yeah, so now Murder is gonna be in kind of a little love triangle. We see that Teach finds out about Clifford because he snooped through the phone. He's seen the text that Clifford has sent. So now the whole hearse is awkward. Everybody's just sitting there mad. We got Uncle Tom in the front, Wody in the back, Wody in the front driving. He's cool. He just neutral vibes. He's Switzerland with it. Then you have Teach mad because Murder's over here messing with Clifford or trying to get back with Clifford. You got Mississippi mad because her white best friend shacked a fool. It's a mess. It's a mess. And I feel like the hearse is gonna blow up. The tension is rising. Everybody's upset, and the chemistry is just all off. The little vibe that they had going on is wearing down. It's wearing down. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that though. Also, I don't know if y'all peep, but Keyshawn's man has been blowing her up, and she's been ignoring it. So I can only imagine what's gonna happen when she go home. It's gonna be a mess. Derek's gonna pop off. He finna blow up, y'all. So let me stop. It's not funny. But let's move on. Let's talk about Mercedes' mom throwing her bid in to be mayor of Chucalissa. I'm like, girl, you just involved in everything. You got the food pantry, the church, all these other different ministries. You trying to be a grandmother on the side, and then now you want to throw your hat in to be mayor. It's like, girl, pipe down, sit down, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. She gets on my nerves. I'm really not here for sis. Like the fact that she stole from Mercedes and that she's profiting and reaping all the benefits and what seems to be the rewards on TV, all this kind of stuff, and really becoming like a prominent figure in their community, it just pisses me off. And I know Mercedes be tight looking at her mama on TV reaping using her money to while Mercedes is over here having to mess with Coach's old butt. Like it's a mess. I can't stand her. Let me know what y'all think. Are y'all here for her? What do y'all think? I can't stand the girl. But we see that Mercedes goes ahead and gets her little bat signal. She gets that call. She's got to come on down to the condo. And it's a twist because Coach did not send for sis. Farrah did. Go figure. And Farrah said, listen, I want some more of that Mercedes experience. I want some more of that pole action. Come on, we started something. I'm going to need you to go ahead and finish it. And finish it she does. Finish it she does. So Farrah, I don't know. She's very infatuated with Mercedes. But I feel like in a weird way, a lot of wives who are in open marriages or open relationships, or they know that they're having like infidelity in their marriage, sometimes I feel like they develop an infatuation for the guy, for not the guy, but the girl that their man is cheating with. And not an obsession, but just more so like, I wish I want to be like her, or how do I mimic this, or I want to learn. So we see her wanting to learn how to twerk. She's trying to get on the pole, and Mercedes is all willing to teach her and help her. But she likes her in a weird way. She likes Mercedes, and they get it on too. So now that's like another love triangle number two. So we got Mercedes, Coach, and Farrah. Coach has no idea what's going on. His butt is gone somewhere, probably messing with somebody else, truth be told. But yeah, they get it in. So do y'all think that Coach is gonna be here for it? I think he might be cool about it. I can't really see him getting too upset unless he is more controlling of Farrah and doesn't really want her behaving in certain ways, which could be that could be that's a situation that happens all the time. But or if he wants Mercedes all to himself. But from the episode before where they had, got it popping or started to get it popping and didn't finish, I don't think he would care too much, but maybe it would have to be on his terms. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But we know that sooner or later he's going to find out, probably sooner rather than later, that he's going to find out. All right, bomb number two to me was Haley being a snake. I didn't expect that at all. Like I was sitting there like, so let me get this straight. You've been plotting on the paint the whole time? Like I thought that she and Uncle Clifford and Mercedes were friends. I still think that she is their friend, but I think she's looking out for herself first. And I think that she and Andre, not only are they going to get together, if you hadn't noticed, I'm just dropping my predictions all through the video, but they are going to get together, but I feel like they're both going to end up doing something shady that benefits them both. Like he wants to be mayor. She wants to sell the property for 10 mil. We see Corbin go up on an offer and offer her 1 million. And so she's like, well, if you were going to do that offer without your lawyer present, I already know I'm worth 10 and I'm gonna end up getting my 10. So you're gonna end up running me my check one way or another. So we see that she is definitely an opportunist, which I think, from season one, you can kind of predict, or you could have seen that already, that she is out for herself. But she gets caught up. They find out, or they trick that she's been staying in the office, so they know she ain't got no place to stay. She is trying to, sell the paint. She doesn't I don't know for sure like what her motives are. Obviously to get money, but I don't know if she's looking out for herself solely or if she's looking out for everybody else involved. She says that like, we all can't do this forever, but who knows, child? I don't know. But yeah, it's clear. Andre and Haley are definitely gonna get it in. He tried to kiss her before all hell broke loose. And so I think Haley's gonna stay, especially if Andre wins the mayor candidacy. I predict that she's gonna go ahead and stay. I want them to get all the chemistry back where Mercedes and Haley are cool, Uncle Clifford and Haley are cool. I want to see that. That's just the optimist in me. But right now she's in a pickle. She got a lot of making up to do because she done shot her mouth off and didn't look around to see who was looking and listening and got caught all the way up. All right, so let me get okay. Buzz Lightyear makes his appearance again, aka Big Daddy Diamond. or just Diamond. He's back, y'all, and I'm really glad that he's here. He's coming back for sure to do security for the Pink. I mean, who else would do it but Diamond? We see that he and Big Bone are starting off, y'all. They starting off. They finna get it in. He leaves with Big Bone, but let me just tell y'all, I rocks with Big Bone. I rocks with her because she's assertive and she's going after what she wants, but she's slick with it. She heard all the girls in the break room talking about Diamond's so fine and why he left and his mental state and all this. And she's just like, bump all that, bump what you heard. I'ma silently listen to y'all girls talk about this man, and then when I catch him by myself, I'm shooting my shot. And shoot her shot she did, and she got him. So I can't wait to see how their relationship unfolds. I expect great chemistry from them because they are a couple in real life expecting their first child. So the chemistry needs to be on point. I'm already gonna say that it probably will be. But I like Big Bone. Y'all let me know what y'all think. At first I thought she was really like ditzy and kind of just dumb. But she DJs, she rides bikes, there's a little edge to her. She's assertive, she knows what she wants, she goes for it, she speaks up for herself. I like her. I'm here for her. Let me know what y'all think. Drop y'all comments down below. Like I said in the beginning, I want y'all to engage with me. Let me know what characters y'all want me to talk about more, what topics y'all want me to talk about more. But that's it. That's all I got for y'all for this video. We'll pick it back up again next week, y'all. Have a great one. Bye.